Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brook.
REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams, from nightmares to the just plain bizarre. Join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. We're reading an anonymous dream from W that has to do with cruise ships, hot guys, and mutilation. Yeah.
Oh, it started good. We also are continuing our spooky theme to all of our catnaps and topic today, including dreams about pools of dead bodies, spinal injections.
No, thank you.
Human farms? Oh, and hearing loved ones being killed over the phone. It's a real upper episode, you guys, but you're going to also want to stick around because the topic is also quite positive. I'm going to go through some of the most famous actual deaths that have happened while filming on TV and movie sets.
All right, bestie. We're ready for Halloween season. We hope you are too. So let's get started.
Woo!
Hey, bestie. This is a Halloween episode. We're going to say things that might be disturbing or scary. If you want to, check the show notes because we're going to put content warnings for each and every dream. So if there's anything you want to skip, go ahead and take a look at that so you can skip ahead to the next dream. After last night's weird happenings, here we are recording.
Yeah, what happened exactly?
Well, this is the Halloween episode, so it's not surprising that we had a little bit of spookiness in the air.
Yes.
You sat down to record. We were like 15 minutes out from our record time last night.
Yes. And I'm literally carrying my laptop, microphone, headset, everything, and boom, it's just black. Power goes out.
So crazy.
And it is dark. Like my shades are drawn.
Me pictures. It was like pitch black in your apartment.
And the funny thing is, and this is a good lesson for all of us, I did not realize how much I did not know the lay of the land when it was completely dark. Like if I needed to get
Were you
out
just like
quickly,
feeling for the walls?
Yes, I was like, because I was sitting and I'm like, well, I'm just going to not sit here. And I was like, okay, right, here's the entertainment stand. Here's this, so.
Here's a cat, meow.
And then I'm trying to find a flashlight because my phone's about to die, so I can't even use that one. Can't find my flashlight, which is also bad. Found my fire extinguisher.
Well, that's helpful.
My flashlight. But I did find a flashlight later in the evening.
So that was like 8:45. We were supposed to record at 9 o'clock last night.
Yep.
I think 8:47 you texted me and said, you won't believe this. And then you sent me a picture of complete blackness. And I'm like, what am I looking at here? And then it sank in that you had lost power.
Yep.
And we were like, okay, let's give it a little time because maybe it'll come back on.
Yeah, it comes back on sometimes.
And how long did it take for your power to come back on?
8:47 p.m. last night, black. 6:40 a.m. this morning,
for no apparent reason.
No, nothing.
No storms,
nothing. It
hurricane,
just said,
blizzard, just.
It said, I sent you this screenshot when I went to look at the status because they're like.
It's like equipment failure or something?
Equipment. It just said equipment.
Something with it. Yeah.
I think just equipment. And I'm like.
Alliant Energy did not have their shit together.
They did not have their shit together, but thankfully they do tonight.
We did consider doing a flashlight under the face recording.
And I know internet, so that
wouldn't have done very well.
No, we wouldn't have done very well.
But we're back, but
we're here.
Bestie, tonight's our nightmare episode.
Yay!
So if you're ready for a little spookiness, a little Halloween extravaganza of nightmares. Ooh, there you go. Wahaha. Tonight's the night.
Do you want to get started?
I do. And I've got a dream tonight from W. Just W from North Carolina.
I love it. I'm just going to be B from now on.
I'm going to be M and you're going to be B. We can't be BM because that's totally different.
Yeah, but if we're with W, we're BMW. If we become friends with Okay.
Okay, W, you're now in the group. You're now in the fold. All right. Well, here is what W has to say.
Okay.
I'll try to keep this short so I don't disturb myself too much from remembering it.
Oh, geez.
It didn't disturb me that much at the time, but I do not like feeling that way when I think about it again.
No.
Last night, I had a dream where I was on a cruise of some kind with my family.
Oh, boy.
In my dream, my family were all being relatively distant to me, letting me do whatever I wanted, and they didn't care about me at all. I thought it was weird since my parents took a whole lot of care in me and my safety and go through precautions to make sure I'm safe when I'm left alone.
Okay.
My dream self picked up on this. Thought it was strange, but I let it go since I rarely get to do things without my family watching over me.
The anticipation, Mindy.
I took a walk on the cruise ship. I ended up meeting a guy and being taken to his stateroom.
Oh, no, W.
The second we entered, he immediately grew cold and spoke out into the room as if someone else was there watching. He said, "I've got him now." What now?
Oh,
Okay.
I don't like it.
Before I could ask what he was talking about, a black cloth with chloroform. Chloroform. Ooh. Oh, it smells so good. Okay.
Just a dabble, do ya?
it'll sure knock you out. Okay.
Hey, maybe I should get chloroform. Maybe that'll help my
That would help
insomnia.
you sleep. Put you right out. You just need me to come by at 11 o'clock every night, just put a quick black rag over your face.
Yeah, right when I don't expect it, you sneak in and out.
She's gone. I'll just make sure your alarm's set. I will at least do that for
please
you.
do that. Thank you.
Make sure you wake up in the morning.
That would be preferable.
Before I could ask what he was talking about, a black cloth with chloroform was slapped over my nose and mouth, knocking me out before I could do anything. I woke up, slung over some woman's shoulder.
What?
I started to put up a fight, but she had such a tight grip on me that I wasn't budging at all, and I could only stay there waiting to see where she was taking me. The guy who had taken me to his room, he wouldn't even look at me.
Oh my God, what the hell?
The woman ended up taking me to an old, run-down, blocked-off infirmary deep within the ship.
Oh, creepy.
Cruise ship hospitals, I don't even want to get into that subject because they don't even tell you people die on there.
I don't even want to know what it looks like. You know, it's probably like when you see like pictures of abandoned insane asylums and it's just like beds and trash.
Well, I'll tell you what W says it looks like. In his
Okay.
dream. She threw me down on the cold tile floor.
Ooh.
The room looked the same from the walls to the floor to the ceiling, all with seafoam green tile.
Oh, God.
But there were bits of blood splattered in the grooves, which immediately clued me in on what might happen.
Yeah, doesn't sound good, W.
I tried to scramble away from her, but I couldn't get away. In the process, she got frustrated and killed the guy who lured me in his room.
What? This is crazy. I love it.
I then ended up ramming into some weird container on the wall that was filled with blood. Ramming into it, it knocked it off the wall and the floor became covered in blood.
Oh.
No surprise there.
Slippery.
It is slippery. It's hard to stand up when you're
Yeah.
the seafoam green plus the blood red. Not the best color combination.
No, I don't like that combo at all.
The woman ended up forcing me onto one of the rickety metal beds and restraining me.
Oh my God, it's just how I imagined this room.
She pulled out a kitchen knife, lifted the bottom of my shirt, and then sliced my stomach open. And then followed that by slicing my arms from my elbows to my wrists.
Oh, ouchie.
Obviously, that hurt like a bitch. Yeah. But I was more focused on trying to get away from her than cry over the pain.
Oh, God.
Okay. She left for some time shortly after slicing me open. I unrestrained myself somehow. Blood was already coating my arms, my stomach, and now reaching my legs from sitting up. But I tried not to think about it. I grabbed my phone out of my pocket. I'm still astonished she didn't think to take it from me.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I tried to get help. He's like, wait a minute. You didn't pat me down before you brought me to your basement ship infirmary?
Well, maybe she just figured there'd be no Wi-Fi, so...
Oh, it's so far down the ship. Not gonna... Did you pay for the Wi-Fi package, W? Because if not,
you're
you ain't gonna signal. He's like, thank God my parents paid for the extra $50 a day.
And for the alcohol package.
Yes. W then says, somehow I thought opening a custom room from Project Sakai would have helped. Now, sidebar between you and me, Brooke.
Okay.
I had to look up what Project Sakai was.
I don't know.
Any idea?
No clue.
Well, I like gaming, but I didn't know of this game. It's a rhythm game. So it was developed in Japan in 2020 and then kind of came to the US more in 2023. Yeah. But what it is players have to tap and slide to match the rhythm of the music. So think like Guitar Hero, which I think most people are familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this game, it's like a multi-level live room that you can create. And so other players will come to this room and you can kind of converse.
That's crazy.
You can name a private room.
Fun.
Okay. So that's kind of what he's saying here. So he thought if he opened a custom room in this game, it would have helped.
Okay.
Amazingly, after I set the room name to be something like W hates hospitals, I was magically able to get out of the room. So he created a magical room in his game, and then he could on his phone, and then got out of the room in real life. That's convenient.
Good. Yeah, very convenient.
Even more amazingly, I was rescued and patched up.
Thank God.
I mean, those are some wounds. We did take you to the other hospital, the real hospital.
The nice hospital, not the creepy one.
Not the green, seafoam green hospital.
Blood covered. Ugh.
He says, the bad news is no one could find the woman that did this to me, even though I described her very clearly.
What?
The next thing I remember, I was talking to my mom about what happened to me, and she didn't seem to care.
Doesn't seem like they really care.
Thanks again, Mom, for the Wi-Fi package, but I almost died.
Yeah, and
in the belly of this ship. She just stayed silent the entire time. When I called her out on it, she mumbled some gibberish about sea and my lack of awareness.
What?
That pissed me off. And I left her stateroom and returned to mine.
Hey, you got your own room. That's nice.
Thanks for the Wi-Fi and the room, Mom. But can you kind of care that I almost died?
Or care
maybe a little bit?
At anything
at
regarding
all?
Me? Anything?
W says, I continued to enjoy the cruise as much as I could.
Oh my God. How is that possible?
Only to end up back in the infirmary with the crazy woman the final night of the cruise.
Oh no, what happened?
I'm embarrassed on my dream self's behalf because I met another attractive guy who lured me into his room and had the same thing happen again.
Oh no,
W, stop following the hot guys.
Just stop.
It's a trap. They look good in those little European Speedos. Don't follow them. I remember thinking, oh my God, did I seriously just get juked by a hot guy again?
Yep.
This time, after being restrained and cut in the same fashion, belly sliced open from my elbow to my wrist.
Such a weird cut.
I wasn't afraid anymore. I grew annoyed very quickly. My phone wasn't on me at this time, and the woman was off muttering rhymes to herself in the corner. I don't remember much past this point, since I woke up shortly thereafter. But I think I attacked her, took her weapon, and to my astonishment, she left the door of the infirmary unlocked, and I hightailed it out of there.
Get out. Is that the end?
And then he woke up.
Son of a bitch. Wow. How did they catch her? I gotta know.
No. You're okay. That's the point. I get your frustration here. You're like, I can tell you want to jump in.
I know.
This is the exact thing I'm thinking of. You're on a cruise ship. There is a finite number of people on this ship.
Yes.
How can we not find this woman who severely cut you, not once, but twice? And
killed that other guy, right? Didn't she
killed the first hot guy?
Yep, killed hot guy number 1. So, wow. Wow,
Okay.
W.
So here's what I'm getting into. W, you're on the cruise ship with your family, and you start explaining your dream by saying your family is very supportive of you and is almost to the point where they track you too much, maybe? That they're constantly keeping an eye on you. So it was weird in your dream that you had freedom.
Yeah. Because he did mention, like, I finally had a chance for them not to be, like, looking over my shoulder or something, something along those lines. Like,
right. So he had this kind of, like, false sense of freedom. And then the first thing he does is follow this hot guy to a stateroom. Bad idea. Never follow a hot guy to a stateroom. I've never been on a cruise ship, but I can just... Brooke, have you been to a cruise ship? Have you followed a hot guy to a stateroom?
No, but I don't think I would say no necessarily. I mean, I'm always up for adventure. You know, I went to a secret bar and met a guy named Rattlesnake just a month or two ago, you know? Right. So it's like, I might wander
Brooke
in there.
Would follow a hot guy to a stateroom. Is it an interior room? It seems like much more...
Interior's
dangerous.
Yeah, because there's no window. There's no windows in the interior.
There's no way
rooms.
out. One way in, one way out. Well,
it's not a good... Don't listen to me. It's not a good idea to follow strangers unless you bring your brother with you.
Or a best friend. Anyone.
Just don't go alone.
I think it's interesting that he gets to the room. I call it the room of mutilation. He gets to the room of mutilation. The hot guy who lured him there is killed off.
Yeah.
And what is this woman's purpose? Like, why is she just... It's not that she's killing anyone. It's like she enjoys mutilating people.
But also she's doing the exact same mutilation. The stomach, the wrist to the elbow. What's that all about?
I mean, that was something that would just like let you bleed out and die. But both times he didn't.
It just seems so specific.
The part that gets me is when he gets out of that awful situation in the first place, he goes to tell his mom. And mom is someone that he, in the beginning of the dream, feels secure with. Like, that's someone who watches out for him. And in the dream, she's like, that's nice, honey. Why don't you go back to your stateroom? That's a funny story.
Just rest a little bit.
It was the sea and your, what did she say? A little bit... And it's your unawareness that got you here.
That's rude. And what does that mean?
But I think it does play into the dream a little bit. Like, was he not aware? W, you mentioned you were embarrassed again that it happened the second time to follow the second hot guy number 2.
How are you even up moving around?
Right? Like, how long is this cruise? Is it a couple months?
I mean, did you have time to heal?
He almost felt embarrassed that he fell for the same thing twice.
Yeah.
So here's my question. W, what trust do you put in yourself? If your family's not there to protect you, as you mentioned in the beginning of the dream, is it a sense of growing up? Is it a sense of you leaving your family and becoming your own person that makes you feel anxious or makes you feel worried?
Rightfully so.
You went out on your own and this thing happened. You followed these hot guys and all of a sudden you're mutilated.
Choices have consequences. So be careful out there.
But here's the thing I like about this dream. Both times he found a solution to get out. The first time was creating a virtual world. The second was just find the right opportunity to tackle the woman and get out of the room.
Yeah.
So he's finding those solutions. So I think, W, as you are perhaps at the age where you are leaving your family or you're becoming more independent and you're finding your own identity, trust your gut. I mean, don't trust your gut to follow the hot guys to the stateroom. Don't trust that gut. But you will find your way. You will find the right way to get out of a situation.
Seems like a lot of tenacity in W.
Just don't trust those guys from the cruise ships. The hot guys are... dangerous.
You never know. Good things, bad things could happen. You never know.
And if good things happen about it, write it, email, and then we'll read it again.
Yes, because we want to know that part too.
The third guy, totally hot, hooked up.
No, just
Good night.
follow an ugly guy. That's all
Just
you have to do.
follow an ugly guy. Just follow a mediocre guy with a good sense of humor.
Yes, that's all you need. And he probably won't weirdly try to kill you with this woman who also killed him. Too much.
Thank you,
Drama.
W, for sharing your dream.
Thank you very much. Mindy, it's our nightmare episode, and it's also catnaps, our favorite. We're just gonna read.
Chains.
Thank you for the sound effects. We're just gonna read a bunch of nightmares. Just whip right through them, and hopefully you'll get your fright on.
Ooh, fright on. Brooke, do you want to get started?
I've got a dream from Jason from Maui. Yeah.
Ooh, Maui.
Thank
the
you.
Big island.
All right. Creepy little kids started climbing up my bedroom window.
Nope.
Nope. It would start out as hearing them cry for help, and I'd stick my head out and ask what was wrong.
No, don't do that. Just stay in bed.
That's a trick. That's
Lock
a trick.
your window. It is a trick.
It is. It's sad trick. Yeah.
Nope.
Then-
Sorry, kids.
Then it would snap its head in my direction and start climbing the house like a fucking Spider-Man, but creepy, weird angles. I would wake myself up before he got to the top. The second time it happened, he brought a friend, and they made it to...
Jimmy, you're not invited.
No, Jimmy, no.
Bobby and Jimmy, stay at the playground. Do not climb up my wall.
Creepy fuckers, stay away. And they made it to the top. She was creepy and asked me questions about my life. Then suddenly her eyes turned...
So, what do you see yourself in 10 years?
Like, I'm this creepy little girl crawling in your window. I'm like
where do you see yourself in 10 years?
You're like, let me think about it. Like, just going along.
Go back to school. Maybe pursue something in the arts. As she cocks her head completely 180.
Yeah, it's just like spinning around now. Then suddenly her eyes turned pitch black and her mouth curled open in a grimace to reveal her sharp teeth. There's so many sharp teeth in dreams.
I know, there are a lot of sharp teeth
Well,
dreams.
rightfully so. They're scary.
Creepy.
The smile seems to stretch from ear to ear. She went for my throat before I woke up. I salted my windows, and they went away.
Good.
I will never forget this dream.
I'm just going to have like one of those Morton salt containers or the one with like a cylinder that's sitting right on my windowsill.
Yep.
Just
in
every
a
night.
poor circle
Make sure
around. I don't want those creepy
house.
kids. The whole house.
Creepy crap bags.
Get those giant ice bags or snow when it snows. And you
Well, that's the funny thing because we live in the Midwest. We're thinking like salt for your sidewalk, and then other people think like salt for their water softener.
Yeah,
either way works. Either way works. Just salt.
Thank you, Jason. Thanks,
Jason. Stay away from those creepy kids.
Yeah.
This next one's from Elizabeth, and she just says Iowa.
Okay.
When I was pregnant, I had a dream of being in a church rectory to have my baby.
Okay.
Is that the first place you'd choose?
No, I don't think that's it.
Maybe a hospital?
I would try a hospital first. Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems right to me.
The priest was trying to do an exorcism on the baby, and I went up the stairs to get an epidural. Which would seem like backwards, but
yeah, okay. Let's make her go upstairs while she's giving birth and having an exorcism.
Seems like a lot of work.
There's a lot going on. This is a busy day for her.
The CRNA I worked with at the time was standing there with her black hair down, almost covering her face. She looked up at me, and with her head tilted, she kept saying, "Sometimes the needle bends. Sometimes the needle bends.
I don't know.
Sometimes the needle bends over and over.
I don't know what it means, but I don't like it.
Okay, Brooke, I don't think you've ever had an epidural for, I know you haven't given, like, childbirth.
No, I've never had an epidural, but,
I've had 3, and it's the most scary part of a pregnancy, perhaps. Like, you want it because it's going to make you feel better, but it's also
in your
the idea
spine,
of a
right?
big needle going in right into your spine is scary.
Sometimes the needle bends.
Needle bends.
I've heard that they sometimes have to have the partner leave the room because it's so traumatizing to see the woman get the epidural.
Oh, if I was a partner, I would not want to see that. I would not. My first birth, they gave me the epidural. It worked for about a half an hour and then never again. And so my first birth was like completely natural.
Yuck. Sorry.
Because the anesthesiologist was in an emergency C-section and couldn't come back to help me. And so that was pretty awful.
Bend?
It must have bent, and that's why it didn't work.
God damn it.
Damn it. Sometimes the needle bends. Ladies. Yeah.
Alexander from Tucson writes, I had a dream where I was in a completely dark scene with about a dozen people who were standing in front of me, facing random directions.
Okay, I like symmetry. So this would just OCD me badly.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like the whole situation.
Dark room.
In general. They were all in some kind of white tarp. It looked like the air had been vacuumed out of it. I could tell because one of their mouths were open because the fabric went inside a bit.
I can picture it. Nope.
Nope.
I don't like it.
One of them just bent down and a horrible cracking sound, twisting itself to look at me. Alexander said it looked like it was smiling with its mouth opened. And then I woke up. Yuck.
How do you smile with your mouth open? Just try it. It's awful. It's creepy. It's creepy. Next, we have Steven, and Steven's from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okie dokes.
The first time this happened to me was a couple of months ago, and it hasn't happened to me since, which I am very thankful for.
Good.
I had a dream I was taking an abnormal psychology class.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I'd like to take that class.
I want to take that. Let's just do it independently.
Did you ever take a psych class in college? I mean, it's usually you get your gen eds out of the way. Did you take at least Psych 101?
Actually, my original major was going to be psychology.
How did I not know that?
I don't know. Like when I was applying to schools, that's what I was putting on my applications. Really? But then I just switched. I mean, I never took the class. I wish I had. I think I would have really enjoyed a career in psychiatry.
I think you would have done well.
Very interesting. But I don't know, something just switched and I changed. So, yeah, no, I never took one. So let's do it.
Let's take one.
Yeah.
Going to college. We're going.
Okay.
Psych 101.
Online.
Steven says it was an abnormal psychology class. One day, I went to class a couple of minutes late. The lights were completely off in the room except for a projector in the front of the room, which looked like it was running scratched film.
A projector and film?
Old school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I walked a little further, I saw that everyone was gathered around a table with a naked girl who was laying there and looking extremely ill.
Oh.
I made my way to the table, and when I got there, the girl was completely possessed. She nearly folded herself in half, and the teacher of the class, who was a doctor, was trying to examine her and show her to the class before performing some sort of exorcism.
Weird. Okay.
What college is this?
Yes. What? Where? Why?
Salem? Are we in Salem?
What year is this?
The girl was doing normal possession stuff, shouting profanities and all the weird devil voices. What really scared me, though, the dream ended with her staring at me with her head completely bent backwards behind her shoulders.
Gross.
She stared at me and smiled.
Mm-mm.
I woke up, but I was paralyzed. And I saw her in my room on my floor.
No.
She started saying things like, "Why were you fucking watching me? What's so interesting? Are you scared? Stop looking at me." And then snapping her head in all these weird ways. I was finally able to snap out of it and quickly turn on my light before it went any further. And sometimes I still think about her before I go to bed, and it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's bad enough to be in, like, that dream state, but then to, like, wake up in a paralysis state. To see her in your fucking room.
That was horrible. I am so sorry.
Steven.
This is Nicole from Sioux City. I was in middle school, and I went to a factory on a field trip. It was a factory farm. Instead of seeing animals, they were all human. Emaciated humans screaming incoherently and pounding on the iron bars to be set free.
I don't want to go to a human farm.
I don't either. This sounds like and it's a middle school field trip?
It's a field trip? Take me to the goddamn aquarium.
Yeah, I'd love that. Let's do that. I ran back to the lobby and said I needed to leave. The woman put a gun to my head, handed me another gun, and brought in a naked, sickly man with matted hair and a long beard.
No. I don't like it, Brooke. I don't like it.
Told me to shoot him or she'd shoot me.
Shit.
I shot him in the forehead.
No.
When I woke up, I could still hear the gun.
I don't like that one at all. I don't like it.
It's bad choice. Bad choice. Oh, God. But thank you, Nicole.
No. Thank you.
No,
but thank you.
Oh, thank you, but thank you.
Nicole, that's awful. That is a nightmare right there. To be able to choose between killing someone or your own life. I mean, human nature is to self-preserve.
Right, but still.
But man. Oh, that's awful.
No thanks. No thanks.
Thank you. This next one I have is from Brelyn. She's from Boise, Idaho.
You okay?
I had to burp. Okay, good.
Something's happening outside, too. Can you hear it?
Is the power going out again?
No.
Okay, burped.
It sounds like a train.
I don't hear it.
But I don't live by the train anymore.
Weird.
Remember when I lived downtown?
Oh, I do remember when we lived.
You're like, yes.
Recorded?
Yeah.
Near the train. That's crazy. That was like 90 episodes ago.
I know.
Okay. Braylon says, I just had this really vivid dream. I was sitting in a room for a checkup. I was blindfolded. A woman who I was familiar with and comfortable with comes up to me and gives me 2 needle injections in my left arm and my left leg. Deep muscle injections.
Oh, lots of... Do the needles bend? Sometimes they bend.
Sometimes they bend. I don't like it. It was uncomfortable, but I was not scared. I walked outside after my checkup and I hear a zap.
Whoa.
I was suddenly struck by lightning.
Ouch.
The lightning... the lightning picks me up as it strikes me, and I am stuck in the air, waving around for help. I felt the lightning strike physically my entire body, and it was horrifying.
Oh.
What did she give you as an injection is my question. Is it
like a lightning rod.
She just injected a lightning rod into your arm and your leg. It's rude.
Well, you need 2 for it to work, so...
I didn't sign up for this clinical trial.
And why was she blindfolded? What was that point?
I think that explains it, right? I then attempted to run to my house, and nobody is helping me as I scream for help. They walk right past me. As I'm running to my house, I can almost feel myself come out of my body, and my body is suddenly slightly behind my own self.
Weird.
I get inside right before another lightning strike hits me.
Thank God.
I feel myself about to pass out, and then I wake up. I can still feel the vibrations of the lightning strike and the fear.
Oh my God. Did she shit herself?
I don't want that injection.
Nope.
I mean, I don't think it's been FDA approved. That's
I highly
certain.
doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I'm going to trust the FDA on this one. I'm saying nope.
Nope. I agree. Here's kind of a short one, but it's super creepy. From JD in Toronto.
Okay.
I dreamed that someone came and chopped up my parents with an axe. I was on the phone with them, and I could hear what was happening and pleading with the person not to hurt them. Oh, my God. Could you imagine hearing it? Like, not being able to do anything?
Mom, Dad, can you just send me, like, I don't know, $20 for, like, laundry? And it's like...
Yeah, and then, but it's like, what's happening here?
Never mind that $20. Sorry for
just
asking.
Try to stay alive, please.
I'm just saying that because I have a kid in college, so...
You're always getting hit up.
I'm
for the
always
$20.
getting calls for money. Yeah, for $20 here, $30 there.
When I got there, they were lying on the floor, bloody and unrecognizable. I just started screaming, no, over and over again until I woke up. It was the biggest relief of my life to realize it was just a dream.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, that's awful.
Okay. Could you imagine?
Sound.
The sound of it. Like, terrible. Terrible. Thank you, JD.
Is that Johnny Depp who wrote that one?
Yeah, maybe. Is he in Toronto nowadays?
Perhaps. Thanks, Johnny. This next one comes from Jenny from Strawberry Point, Iowa.
Oh, I was in the house tonight.
I had a very vivid dream that my entire family was all trapped on some sort of torture murder island.
Oof, not the trip for me. I like islands, but not the murder and torture part.
That one.
Not that one.
It was like a concentration camp. It was my whole family, like generations deep. People I've never met, but I've seen photos of.
Wow.
But they were there on the island. I knew them and they knew me. I watched as many members of my family had horrific things done to them.
Oh, no.
Some tried to get away. Some didn't succeed. It seemed to go on forever. Suddenly, my uncle managed to get me, and we were able to run towards the beach and found a rowboat. We made it out into the water a little ways and took a breath of relief, thinking we were going to be the only ones who made it. Ugh. But then out of nowhere, an arrow came straight through his head, and that's when I woke up crying.
Oh, no, that's horrible.
And drenched in sweat.
Oh, could you imagine?
A murder island?
Murder torture island.
Murder torture island?
Oh,
Don't
geez.
put me on that excursion.
No, thank you, Expedia. No, thank you.
It's a really cheap vacation, like $179.
But it's like a super cheap deal. Oh, maybe. No.
2 stars.
Two stars? Wow.
Because one person's like, wow, the food's really great. But they murdered my family. I didn't like them anyway. 2 stars.
2 stars. I didn't like them anyway.
That's how it got 2 stars, bro.
Oh, Mindy. You're killing me.
This one comes from Kayla from Washington, D.C. She titles this, A Very Morbid Dream. Someone please explain this.
Uh-oh.
I dreamt I was at the pool, but every time I wanted to jump in the pool changes.
Oh.
The pool in the beginning was just one pool, a regular one. But when I jumped in it, it became a 3-level pool.
Interesting.
Basically, one pool with 3 layers on top of each other like big stairs. Got it. That sounds lovely. The first time I jumped into the pool, I was jumping on the 1st level. And when I was in the air headed towards the pool, I could see bodies of dead people in the 3rd level.
Oh, don't go down
one.
there.
I wouldn't jump in that pool at all.
Yeah, I would say rethink this decision.
The water's contaminated a little bit.
I just don't know what's causing those people to die.
Maybe it's the water.
Maybe.
After seeing it, the dream sort of gets rewind and it goes back to the edge of the pool ready to jump. Okay. It's interesting, like it rewinds. The second time, before jumping, I could see into the water I was jumping into had dead bodies this time. But the second level, the second pool, was clean. The dream then gets rewind, and I ended up not going into the pool. Okay. The third time, like the dead bodies just floating between levels, like.
But how are they not? They're just staying in one particular level. How are they not just floating all around?
Well, here we go. The third time I jumped into the pool. The pool had no water, and I was just jumping straight into the pile of dead bodies.
Oh, no! Oh, no! What if they were, like, decomposed and, smushy, and you just, like, went in?
Well, are we rigor mortis level, or are we, like, decomposition level? Like, bloat level?
See, the bloat level would be so gross, because you would probably...
That'd be soft.
You would go right through a body. You'd, like, it would just explode. Don't go to that pool.
Kayla says, I woke up after jumping in the third time, and I was terrified.
Yeah. No?
I think it might be an omen that I will die soon, or perhaps something bad might happen to me, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
Damn. I don't think she's going to die.
Kayla, I would think you should not go swimming anytime in your future. But only if there's dead bodies in there. If not, then enjoy it. If you're like jumping in the ocean, have a fun time.
Yeah, oceans, there are no dead bodies, only pools.
Well, there's dead bodies in oceans, probably. Lots.
I'm sure there's.
Kayla.
Jenny from Houston, one of my little brothers, who was 3 at the time of this dream, was eaten alive by a jaguar. And I mean, it was realistic to the point that I thought it was real. This is unfortunate. Wrong place, wrong time.
Don't go to the zoo.
Nope.
Don't go to the Serengeti.
Nope. Houston.
Don't go to the mountains. Wherever the jaguars are, don't go there.
Don't go around jaguars. Not even the cars. Just be safe.
I will go around the car, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey.
I would too.
Hello.
Jaguar. Okay, but back to this. This is terrible. The screams and cries he made, the sounds of his bones being crushed and his flesh being ripped off of him, blood spurting onto me, the yowls of the big cat. I watched him die in that dream, listening to his final breath as he cried out, "Sissy, sissy,
no,
owie, it hurts, sissy.
Oh,
sissy,
no,
save
no.
me."
I don't like it.
That's it.
Why would you do that to me?
I
and
knew
why
that
would
was,
you end it
that's why
on that? No,
I wanted to end it on that because I thought it was a strong one. No,
that's an awful sad one.
Well, yeah, it's a nightmare. It's an awful sad one.
I don't like it.
Well,
poor babe.
The part that like got me why I wanted to do it was the sissy owie. Like it hurts. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, I don't like it.
I'm sorry. I really wanted to read that one. Woo, that was intense. Thank you, everyone, for submitting nightmares of all different kinds. So, wow. Thank you.
Awful. And we don't appreciate it. But we do. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm interested to see what I dream tonight, honestly.
Oh, I'm curious, too. I mean, for you. So, Mindy, I want to talk to you about something very interesting that not many people know about. People actually die on movie sets. People actually die on TV shows. But you don't hear about it all the time. So let's go through some of the famous ones.
Oh, yes. I've heard of a couple of things, but I don't know a whole lot of details about them. So I'm not surprised this is something you would pick. Let's get into it.
There's a lot I learned too, so it was a very interesting research because I didn't know all of these either. But the first one I want to share with you is very interesting because while shooting the aerial footage for Top Gun, veteran aviator and the aerial cameraman, his name was Art Scholl, died when he lost control of his helicopter Ironically, he was shooting the scene where Goose dies.
No. Goose.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Oh. That's a classic. Can you imagine the logistics that went into filming that movie?
Well, like it said, he was executing an inverted flat spin in order to get a spinning shot that would simulate Maverick's vision as he fell following the plane's crash when he radioed, "I've got a problem." His plane quickly plummeted toward the ocean as he continued, "I've got a big problem." And here's the sad part. They were never able to find the wreckage or his body.
Ooh.
That's a creepy one. I had never heard that one before. So that was new to me, too.
Well, Brooke, I think this is a...
Should we do Goose? Hashtag Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards from, like, ER?
Yeah.
Wait. Mind blown.
You
really?
didn't know that?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Shut up. Shut your fucking face.
Shut your fucking face.
No, I had no idea.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Now you're going to YouTube that Top Gun and hashtag, what does Anthony Edwards dream? How did you
know that?
No,
They don't even look the same. No.
What you are picturing, are you thinking of George Clooney or something from ER?
No, he's hot too.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards. Dr. Green, was he?
Dr. Green.
How do I remember that? I don't know. Dr. Green and Goose, same person.
No.
Yep.
I had no clue.
Yeah, look it up. You're going to be looking at it later.
No, I believe you, but mind blown. Mind blown. I had no idea they were the same person.
Well,
but I will take you on the hashtag Anthony, Tony, T-Bit.
T-Bit?
I don't know. Tony
Please. Babe.
Goose.
Goosey Goose.
What do you dream? Anthony Edwards is Goose.
Mindy, you're killing me here.
I had no fucking idea. I'm honestly mind blown. I have to look up a picture now.
I'm finding one for you.
Like, why? How do I not know this?
There.
But God, that doesn't even, like 20 years younger and like the mustache is gone, right?
Yes. And a lot of hair gone too, I think.
Yeah, it got a little wiry at the end there.
And glasses.
Wow. You blow my mind.
I try.
Seriously, no, I knew.
Do we just need to stop now? Because I think we're good. We'll continue next week with more. So also another aviation disaster. 3 pilots died while filming dangerous stunts for the 1930 film Hell's Angels, which was a Howard Hughes movie. And you know how crazy he was. And in fact, he crashed a plane while filming a dangerous stunt because the stuntman refused to do it. But he survived.
So he's like, I'll do it.
I mean, so you know Howard Hughes, you might know best the story, like The Aviator, like. Yeah, so he was crazy. He could fly planes, but obviously
not very well.
I mean, he crashed more than once, I know that. But he lived.
Man, wow.
Cinematographer Neil Fredericks, probably best known for the Blair Witch Project. But he died in a plane crash too.
What?
All this aerial footage, that they're shooting. It was for the film Crossbones, which I've never seen. But unfortunately, when the plane crashed, 3 others escaped from the wreckage after the plane failed, but Fredericks was stuck under his harness and drowned.
Oh. Blair Witch Project. Now do you remember watching that in the early 2000s probably, right?
Yes, it was late. Turn of the century, let's say.
The turn of the century, as the youngins say. It was the turn of the century.
Remember, no one knew if it was real or fake.
Right.
I was so confused.
It was one of those ones that gave you vertigo just from watching.
Yeah,
It was all like body cam stuff, like very innovative in the fact how they filmed it. But I agree, it was very, you couldn't tell whether it was real or not.
I know, but...
I want to go there, though.
No, don't. All right. Now, this is the one that I have known to be, I think, the most famous one, but I bet a lot of people out there don't know it. But on the last day of filming The Twilight Zone, the movie, they were shooting a Vietnam War battle scene where actor Vic Morrow, 53, and child actors Renee Shin Shen and Micah Din Lee, who were 6 and 7, ran from a pursuing helicopter. So a helicopter's chasing them. The helicopter...
Seems like a dangerous shot to begin with.
It seems like a dangerous shot. The helicopter lost control and crashed into the 3 actors, killing them. The scene was deleted from the final film, but the overall segment starring Vic Morrow was still included when the film was released in 1983.
If you think about that, like...
You're actually seeing it?
You gotta cut... I don't know, like... If you think of recent times, like, movies, like, what was the one recently? Alec Baldwin, was it?
Oh, yeah, Rust. Was it Rust?
Rust, yes, where someone had died on the scene from
another
gun.
cinematographer. Yeah, because the gun went off, like prop accident.
Like how would you ever even release something that had so much blood on? Just say blood on it.
Yeah, I mean, and all of these movies so far have been released, but it's crazy. Crew member Jim Eng was electrocuted on the set of The X-Files in pre-production.
What? It's our favorite show. What? I never knew this.
I know. So he was electrocuted in pre-production for season 8, and he died. The metal scaffolding he was working on was struck by a power line in what was referred to as a freak accident.
Nope, someone fucked up. Someone done fucked up. The 4,800 volt charge caused Eng to go into cardiac arrest, and it injured 5 others. Damn. Well, Brooke, thanks for bringing the mood down.
You're welcome.
Significantly.
I think maybe I'll do it again sometime.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how we move on.
Let's just do it.
So,
PodNews, anyone?
PodNews. Yes, let's get to PodNews. Let's switch it up a little bit. I would like to give a shout out to our newest member of the Sleepover Squad, Abigail, Abby, sweetheart from Utah. Thank you for joining our Sleepover Squad.
Yes,
we're happy to have you. We love you, and we can't wait to share one of your recent dreams you submitted on the show, so stay tuned for that.
Yay! Exciting.
So, it's Halloween week.
It is.
Halloween's in a couple days. Do you have anything planned? Do you do anything for Halloween?
Well, I'm curious this year in my new place if I'll have trick-or-treaters, because I previously lived in an apartment building, so no one went around.
Yeah.
So
I think you'll get more this year, knowing where you are.
Yeah, I think I might get some. So I'm kind of excited about that. But I mean, of course, I'm more excited to go out, and I'm not exactly sure yet. There's a big Halloween ball in town.
I've heard you're going to a ball.
It's a ball. So still trying to figure out that. Still don't have a costume.
Idea? Okay.
Do you have a costume idea? It's not anything or someone. It's just a plain white cotton dress, and I want to just have someone splatter fake blood all over me while I'm wearing it, and maybe smudged bloody handprints, maybe handprint on a teat or a cheek, just to make it a little sassy.
Oh, yeah, you sassy girl. Even in the afterlife, she's getting it on. She's getting a little.
What about you? I bet you're pretty busy. You get a lot of trick-or-treaters?
You know what? The age in this neighborhood has changed over the years. As our kids gotten older, so have the rest of the kids in the neighborhood. And there's not a lot of youngins. So they're mostly like high schoolers. So there's not a whole lot of trick-or-treaters anymore.
More just tricks.
Yeah, not even, I don't know. I haven't even decorated outside. It's been a busy year.
Don't even decorate it at this point?
I usually like put like lights outside and like spider webs and stuff. It's just been such a busy year. I haven't gotten out there and done it. But usually Mark and I are kind of antisocial when it comes to that. We don't like answering the door. So we try not to be home.
I was going to say, I can't imagine how Kingston deals with that. So he probably loses his mind.
He does. He loses his little goddamn mind. But we want to give the kids treats. So we'll set like a bucket outside of our door.
You're that house.
I know, but that's
where
fine.
The first kid comes and dumps the whole bowl.
We have a Nest Cam. Like, they're not.
What, are you going to bust them?
Yeah.
Hey, you little shit.
Hey, you cowboy. Put it back, you little Ghostbusters fuck. I'd rather not. I don't know. I don't want to answer the door. Like,
so is the plan then? Well, okay, so that's not the night.
So we'll go out for a nice dinner.
So you'll go out for dinner on actual Halloween, but for like going out, like, the weekend, like, what is it? The 27th, 28th is that what?
No plans. No, I don't know. Something might come up.
No costumes, nothing?
Not yet, nothing. I have never dressed up as an adult.
You dressed up last year.
For what?
The podcast. You were a shark.
Okay, I threw a shark costume on for an hour of the podcast. But I've never gone out to a party dressed up as an adult.
Oh.
I just need someone to invite me to a party so I can dress up.
Well,
Can I come to your ball?
Yes. Please.
I think that would be the best of all.
Yeah, the best of all at the ball.
All right, Bestie, that wraps up another episode. Do us one favor, and that's tell your best friend about the podcast. You can tell your favorite creepy kid that's crawling up your goddamn wall about the podcast.
Yeah.
Just get off my wall. Listen to a podcast. You can tell your favorite nurse about to give you an epidural that's going to bend.
Ooh.
Or you can tell that hot guy from the cruise ship.
Ooh.
About the podcast. Just don't follow him to his stateroom. Just tell him about the podcast and go to the buffet.
Sounds like a plan.
Tell him about the podcast, Bestie. That's how we grow. That's how we keep continuing coming back each and every week to provide fun entertainment.
All right, Bestie. Until next week, stay spooky.
And sweet dreams, bitches.